told him I had a plan. I'm gonna do this, this, and that. And I stuck to the plan. I said, I'm gonna see you last. I didn't lie. I just stuck to what I felt in my spirit and what to do. You know, and that's what I did. And now we're here.
When you guys...
Yeah, I mean, he's getting ironed out regardless. Whether it's... However it comes. However it gets delivered. He's gonna be...
I don't know, I just matured and I just don't like it. That's it. I'm gonna go after him, I'm gonna go get him. Simple.
Ended unconscious. I'd have stomped on his head. I would have drop kicked him to his head. And then I would have lashed straight into him while he's unconscious.
The moment Conor Benn appeared to slap Ryan Garcia during that heated face-off, everything froze. Not a punch, not a shove, a slap. And somehow, that single second has taken over the entire boxing conversation. But here's the part nobody is really explaining. This didn't just happen. This wasn't random. This was pressure building slowly, quietly, and dangerously behind the scenes for a long time. What we saw was not the beginning, it was the breaking point.
I'm gonna come in there and take it straight to you, that's what I'm gonna do.
You know, you have the fire now.
I ain't have the fire, I do it, this is what I do.
No, yeah, you do that.
I just want to make it clear, bro, I don't have anything against your religion. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, disrespect you in that way.
You have said in some interviews in the build-up that you think he's fake. That you say he says one thing to your face and does something different behind your back.
What I meant by that is, hey, like, I know we get friendly, but like, I know what's underneath that. Like, we're ready to go get his ass, like when they get that opportunity. So that's all I meant by.
Before a single word is spoken, just look at Conor Benn. The tension in his jaw, the intensity in his eyes, the way he carries himself. This isn't a fighter casually promoting a bout. This is a man barely holding himself together. And that's what makes this moment uncomfortable. Because now the question isn't just what happened, it's what pushed it this far. Ryan Garcia gave his version, and he didn't hide behind promotion. He said it clearly, something in me told me, he needed that. That's not hype. That's something personal. Something that had been building long before cameras were rolling.
A guilty pleasure to be like, yes. Cause like, you never want somebody to get slapped or punched, but some people really deserve it, because usually I would feel bad. And when I've seen the second one, and I was like, ooh, I kind of feel bad, but something within told me like.
And Conor Benn heard every word. His response wasn't loud, but it was heavy, controlled, almost chilling. He made it clear there's a line you don't cross. Words, pushing, shoving, that's part of the game. But putting your hands on someone? That's different. And then he said something that changed the tone completely. If security hadn't been there, it would have gone much further. That's when you realize, this isn't just rivalry anymore. This is real tension.
Ever raise my fist to someone, a little push and a shove's all right, a little tussle, no problem. Putting your hands on somebody is very different, and I've never done that in my career. But if I'd seen him now, it would have been a lot worse than that. If the security weren't there and there weren't 5 men holding me back, I would have had my hands around it.
But if Benn thought that would end it, Ryan Garcia took it even further. Looking straight into the camera, completely calm, he said, I could outbox you. I just don't want to. That's not confidence. That's disrespect. That's dismissal. That's a fighter saying you're not even worth my full effort. And for someone like Benn, who has spent his career fighting to prove he belongs at this level, that kind of statement cuts deeper than any punch ever could.
I do believe it. I feel like if I wanted to, I could outbox you. Like, if I just move on my bike and beat you, I could beat you like that.
Please.
I just don't want to do it.
Please.
It's not fun to me.
I'm too young, too fast, too strong, and I'm going in there with a point to prove.
If I look at myself, me at my prime, I'm here. The way that Conor trains is absolutely just another level, completely different, completely different. I've never seen anybody train like my son, never. The dedication that he's got, the will to win, the motivation, it's all there.
Even Eddie Hearn, a man who has seen every kind of build-up imaginable, looked like he was trying to understand what this had become. He pushed for clarity, for honesty, for someone to explain what's really going on. But that's the problem. This fight is no longer about clear answers. It's about emotion. Pride. Ego. Personal history. And once a fight crosses into that territory, it becomes unpredictable.
but you can push me on if I say something that you don't think makes sense, I think it would be good.
Then Ryan Garcia said something that completely shifted the atmosphere. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't perform. He simply said, "I'm leaving him in a stretcher." And suddenly the room went silent. Because there's a difference between trash talk and intent. Fighters say wild things all the time, but the way he said it, calm, direct, without hesitation, it didn't sound like hype. It sounded like a warning.
If I look at myself, me at my prime, I'm here. The way that Conor trains is absolutely just another level, completely different, completely different. I've never seen anybody train like my son, never. The dedication that
Conor Benn wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back, pointing out something many people noticed but didn't say out loud, that Garcia gets loud at very specific moments. Moments where there's no immediate danger. Moments where the other man has just gone through war in the ring. To Benn, that's not confidence, that's timing. And in his eyes, it's cowardly.
We're gonna hit him though, till he falls on the ground. They're gonna be like, finish him. Fatality. He wanted me to start going light. Like, stop trying to hurt everybody in sparring. Nah.
When Eddie Hearn addressed the slap directly, even he couldn't fully defend it. Yes, it created headlines. Yes, it grabbed attention. But there was something in his tone, something uneasy. Because there's a line in boxing promotion, and once you cross from words into physical contact outside the ring, it stops being business and starts becoming something else.
Ryan Garcia, who you've been, chirping with for a while now, called you out, says he wants you next.
Of course,
fighting in July.
Of course he calls me out now. Of course he calls me out now. Where you been the past 2 years?
Right.
Where you been? And that's cowardly behaviour. Of course he wants it. Oh, what, you want the smoke now? You want to be vocal now? Coward.
Simon Jordan zoomed out and looked at the bigger picture. Boxing has always had chaos. Fighters spitting, attacking, crossing lines. It's part of its history. But his point was simple. If those moments were criticized, then this one should be too. You can't pick and choose what behavior you accept just because it generates attention.
I think Ryan Garcia is a better boxer. But if they get to a fight, which it might happen, I will pick Conor Benn. Because Conor Benn is not skilled. He's not that skilled, but he's a raw fighter. He's just a raw fighter. He wants to get there. He wants to fight. So if they get to that, if they get to that fight, I got it.
You think he'd be better? Conor Benn obviously was made about the weight drain. You think he'd be better at 47 or going up to 54 to try and make
54,
that fight?
54. I think at 54.
Then came the perspective of Regis Prograis, someone who actually shared the ring with Benn. He broke it down in a way only fighters can. On paper, Garcia might be the more technical boxer, but Benn brings something different. Something raw. Something unpredictable. And sometimes, in boxing, that chaos is more dangerous than skill.
My wife was there and he just pressed up on me, grabbed me. Wow. Yeah, so it's a little personal. So we'll be ready to go get him. Trust me, guys.
Even Eddie Hearn, putting promotion aside, spoke with brutal honesty. He admitted that Benn may not yet have the tools to consistently beat elite-level fighters at welterweight. And when that comes from your own promoter, it hits differently. Because statements like that don't just build pressure, they either break a fighter, or turn them into something unstoppable.
I just feel like Ryan's just too sharp, and I think there's a difference in levels between a Ryan Garcia and a Regis Prograis right now, you know what I mean? And I think...
When Adrian Broner was asked, he didn't hesitate. He picked Garcia instantly.
No breakdown, no explanation.
Just confidence. Because sometimes, fighters recognize talent immediately, and to him, Garcia simply has that edge.
The team and stuff like that. And I think everybody appreciates how big it would be, but there's a lot of hurdles to overcome in terms of the past.
Is there any updates on Israel Madrimov and Akbali?
Obviously, MJ just won the other night.
Rolando Romero added his own twist, delivering a line that stuck with everyone. It sounded almost humorous, but underneath it, there was truth. The boxing world, from gyms to locker rooms, seems to agree on one thing. Benn is walking into this fight as the underdog. And that kind of position either crushes you, or makes history.
The can man's back. The can man is back.
Hey, you see, that's the real AB. Anybody can get Mexican,
Well, he's the original. Now there's 20 ABs out there. The football player calls himself AB.
No. We talk about AB.
When they say AB, it's the only AB.
The can man AB.
Spencer Oliver brought up something most fans overlook: the weight. Ben hasn't been active at welterweight for years. And your body doesn't just reset because you want it to. Cutting back down isn't just physical, it's dangerous. And on fight night, your body has to respond exactly how your mind expects it to. If it doesn't, everything changes.
Conor Benn is a future Hall of Famer.
Why is that?
Because whoever knocks him out cold is gonna be in the Hall of Fame, and is gonna put his face on the Hall of Fame.
So you see him like a dead man walking, so to speak, I guess?
Yeah, no, he has a little bit of energy. You know, he's still got a little bit. You know, he's limping, but you know.
He straight away, called out Ryan Garcia. Ryan's been calling him out. It seems like that's the one that's at least they're both talking about it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, how about this, right? I made perfectly, like Conor Benn was over there begging for the fight with me, right? All stuff, which we had the whole deal set up, by the way. We had the whole deal set up, but he's over there in New York trying to cause all that commotion, all this stuff, right? He did it for clout. Same thing with this, bro. He might be doing this with Ryan for clout too. Like I said, they're over there trying to make all this stuff right. I'm gonna do that fake beef, and that's the thing. That's why it's like, bro, it throws me off, man. And then you go do all that fake beef, and then you want to go come over here and try to, you act like you're a big tough guy, and then go run off and not fight. And he might be doing that with Ryan, because Ryan knocked him out cold.
You see Ryan knocking Conor Benn out, huh?
Anyone, Devin Haney might knock him out cold, and that's saying a stretch.
That's a Devin Haney compliment from Rolly. It's kind of crazy,
bro, dude. No, it's not even a compliment. It just shows how bad Conor Benn actually is.
Finally, Carl Froch gave the kind of brutally honest verdict only a former champion can give. No soft words.
No diplomacy.
He doesn't believe Ben is ready. Doesn't believe his experience matches the level of this fight. And doesn't see a clear path to victory. But here's the thing about boxing history. Some of the greatest nights have come from fighters who walked into the ring with everything to prove. And now, Conor Benn stands at that exact moment. The entire world doubts him. The pressure is suffocating. And the only way to